Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez-Clary with you. What's up, Rico?
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going fantabulous.
Anything exciting coming up today? Tonight?
No, I get to be on Old School, though.
That is true. You get to be on Old School.
Nathan and Jay, so long day for me
Looking
today.
forward to it, though.
I am. It's going to be a blast.
Have you ever been to a concert in a cornfield?
No.
So tonight, before we get to our guest, tonight I am going to the Luke Bryan concert in Murdoch, Nebraska, I believe.
Okay. You don't even know where you're going.
And, well, I didn't buy the tickets. And I think it's in the middle of a cornfield, and it's for Luke Bryan, and it starts at 6.
So obviously it's great.
So hopefully, I don't know, I guess he does this farm tour where he goes and performs in cornfields. So that's what we're doing tonight.
Watch out for Jeepers Creepers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those are open for you guys. Super informative segment coming up here right off the bat. For about 10 minutes, we'll talk. We are joined also by Alexis of Civic, Nebraska. Hello, Alexis.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you're here to tell us kind of about this multilingual showcase that you guys have coming up on, I believe, the 29th of September, it seems like. So tell us a little bit more about that, what you do for Civic Nebraska, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I am the Assistant School Community Coordinator over at Civic Nebraska's Community Learning Center at Lincoln Northeast High School. That's a mouthful. We run the after school program, which is a bunch of clubs, but we also put on a lot of special events over at Northeast. So this is actually its second year for the multilingual showcase. We're calling it This is Northeast.
Okay.
It started with a group of our ELL students, and we've got a really diverse group of kids over at Northeast, and it was a way to showcase their community and get Northeast, a bit more out in the community and get the community more engaged with them.
What are some of the events that are going to be taking place at this event?
So some of the things I'm most excited for, our brand new Step Chain team is going to perform.
Okay.
They actually just started a few weeks ago, but they're amazing. I wish I had their skills. And then we've also got Dawes Middle School Step Chain group is coming to perform as well. Those performances are going to start at 6:30, but the whole event starts at 5:30, and we've got food trucks, interactive booths from both clubs within the school and also community organizations. We've got UNL East Campus has I think 5 or 6 different interactive booths that are going to be
awesome.
there. And then we've got food trucks. And our garden that also our ELL students put in just last spring is really thriving. And so we're going to have a free booth with vegetables from the garden.
Oh, nice. So before we get into more of the event, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you're from, how you got to where you're at right
your
now?
journey.
Oh, boy.
I know, that's the fun part.
Yeah. So I'm an Army kid, but most of my life I grew up in Nebraska, Fremont and North Bend. So small town Nebraska. But then I actually claim that I hail from Dwight D. Eisenhower's hometown in Abilene, Kansas. It's got his presidential library and
Sweet.
And that's also his resting place, but that's a little more depressing. But so my dad's military, and I always knew I wanted to do something with the government, but also just kind of serve. And eventually I figured out that I like working with youth. I kept thinking I was going to go into foreign service, but ended up in Peace Corps and youth development and was like, oh, I think I'm stuck here. Got a master's in education and then came back and finally got my foot in the door at Civic Nebraska and don't have any plans on leaving soon.
You told us before we came on the air that you've spent time in Ukraine. Tell us about that time, because you said, I don't want to misquote you. You said something along the lines of best place to live other than Lincoln. Yeah,
and obviously there's some caveats with that currently, but I have I have every intention of going back eventually. It was the best 2 years of my life so far. The people, the culture. I mean, my great grandma was actually Ukrainian Jewish immigrant into the U.S. back in the early 1900s. So that's what got me interested in going there. And initially I learned Russian and then learned Ukrainian once I got there through Peace Corps.
How was that?
Also a mess. They actually, so depending on where you live in Ukraine, you might speak a different dialect, which if you think of Spanglish, the way that they combine Spanish and English, Surgic is Russian and Ukrainian put together.
Oh.
And it really, there was a volunteer that lived 20 minutes away from me that, she would say some words in Russian in her city, that I used the Ukrainian version in my city, and it literally a 20-minute bus ride. So,
oh wow,
gee whiz, that's crazy. Okay, so back to this event. How do people get involved? Where can they, if they need more information, where do they go? And if they want to help out even financially, how do they get in touch with you guys to help out the multilingual students and all, the diversity at Lincoln Northeast?
Yeah, so we have a website up on Civic Nebraska's page. If you just go to the CLC, the U Civic leadership page, and then that'll lead you right to our CLC page. That is pretty much up to date on everything that we've got going on. It's got the flyer here, but you can also see the flyer on Facebook, the Community Learning Center's Lincoln's Community Learning Center page. I don't know the exact wording of what it is, but if you type in Lincoln and Community Learning Center, it'll come up.
It'll pop up.
They've posted the flyer and made an event on Facebook. It's been everywhere. We've got a CLC, Northeast CLC Instagram page where our stuff usually goes up. We try to get a story up pretty frequently. And then if they want to help out, I would say the best way is just connect with me, and I can connect you with the right people to get anything. It depends what you want to help with. If you want to help as a volunteer, that definitely talk to me. If you want to help monetarily, I can get you to the right people. And we are always looking for better funding for our clubs, because that means we can put more events like these on and do more, I don't know, advance the garden, or we really need to get a better watering system for the garden, because currently it's just all of us going out there multiple times a day to water stuff, because those Nebraska summers are hot.
How much do you see the youth, right? Because you work with the youth. How excited are they for an event like this to kind of just, I don't want to say spread awareness, because that puts a negative connotation on the entire thing, but just kind of let people know how diverse, because that's something to celebrate rather than just kind of ignore.
Yeah. I know. So this was actually the first event I went to last year before I even worked there. And it was probably one of the big reasons I wanted to work at Northeast, was just seeing the community. And I only saw the last chunk of it, because I was coming from my other job at the time. And it was just really cool to see students engaging in a way that's, I never would have engaged in that way. I was fully engaged in high school. I was one of those nerds that did every single thing I could sign up for. But it was small town Kansas, so there was quite a bit less diversity than I managed to see here. But
so once again, so Alexis, appreciate the time. Once again, if you have nothing going on, Thursday, September 29th, so a week from today, between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. at Lincoln Northeast, the Civic Nebraska and This is Northeast will be putting on a multilingual showcase. Once again, stuff opens up at 5:30. They'll have food trucks, multiple events, step chain performances as well, starting at 6:30. And it's free, correct?
Yep, completely free unless you want to buy stuff from the. I think it's Stir 22 is our one confirmed food trailer, but there's some others coming.
Okay, perfect.
Not to pick any favorites, but what is something that you're looking forward to the most?
One I haven't mentioned yet is our slam poetry group. They're small but mighty, and we've got a good team.
There you go. So make sure head over there. Could you do slam poetry?
Oh, heck no.
Okay. I don't think I could either.
The only time I've heard slam poetry is when they make fun of it in movies. I've never actually heard slam poetry.
So. I do not think we could be poets.
We're not that creative.
We're not. We are not. Look what we do for a living. We talk.
We just talk about sports.
We talk about sports. Simple, yeah, exactly. But no, we should definitely try to make our way over there next Thursday night, 5:30 to 7:30, September 29th. There will be the dairy store is going to be there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Dairy store.
That's all you need to say for me to get there. So once again,
Nick and ice cream,
Nick and ice cream, a combination that is never fails and will last through the ages. So once again, it's free, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. September 29th. Head over to the Facebook, Instagram if you want any more information. Check out the flyer. Performances by the Step Chain and groups will be beginning at 6:30 p.m. All at Lincoln Northeast. Alexis, appreciate the time. Let us know if you need anything else from us. We'll definitely be talking about this as we go along. When we come back here on the happy hour, we'll talk about Nebraska football and I guess just athletics in general as they agreed to a new multimedia rights deal. What does this mean for the athletic department? And then we'll also get to our NFL buy or sell that we've been waiting on for a couple of days and just had to keep pushing back. So we'll do all that coming up next on a Thursday. You're listening to the happy hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow